Hey guys, here to show you the 4 deep method of learning our fantastic SAT and ACT growth-wise grammar flashcards. 40% of our students so far who've memorized these have gotten either 35 or 36 on ACT English, basically a perfect score. They're really effective. Now, here's a method that will really help you learn them. The 4 deep method. And we use this one in conjunction with the 2-pile method, which I'll explain in another video. To do the 4 deep method, take 5 cards, the first 5 cards, off the pile. All right, first card, verb. So you might be like, verb is an action. Okay, guess at it. It's good when you start guessing, your brain is starting to wonder, what is it, what is it? So when you finally hear it, your brain's gonna take it in even deeper. So it's good to guess. All right, verb. I said action. Actually, it says a verb is an action or a state of being. Okay. So, especially the first several times you go through these cards, you'll see black text on top. You want to make sure your black text is memorized. 100%. What we mean by 100% memorized is you can be asked this rule at random and say it from memory without hesitating. This is big. Why no hesitating? Why hold myself to such a high standard? Because if you're on the test and you start hesitating about remembering the rule, the anxiety and the pressure of the moment can come in that little cracked open door and flood open your brain and fill you with uncertainty. And you start to doubt a question that you actually know, but because you had a little hesitation, you start to doubt and then you talk yourself out of what you actually knew was true. So we want you to have no hesitation. And to get there, it just means you're gonna flip the cards a few more times than you would have otherwise. The other important part about memorizing it to a place, to the point, to a standard of no hesitation is when you do it really right the first time, these things will stay in your brain and you're not gonna have to do a lot of restudying to get sharp on them again. When you do it right the first time. If you kind of half study them right in the first month of your test prep, you're gonna have to keep constantly half studying it. And you'll end up spending way more time on memorizing these cards than if you had just put in the right amount of time right at the beginning, gotten it truly to 100% the first time you did it when you were doing this 4 deep method. So back to our set of cards here. I said verb was an action. I'm gonna read the black part and then I'm gonna read the navy part below. The first several times I go through these cards, I wanna read the navy part until I'm pretty familiar with it, but it's the black text up top that we wanna get memorized to 100%. Navy below is just to read it and have a deeper understanding of the rule. All right, so I didn't get it right. That means I put it back on the top of the pile. I'm gonna say it again. Let's see if I get it right. Verb is action, like a state of being. All right, notice how I said it right, but I was full of hesitation. That means I have not gotten it 100% yet. It does not, it will stay on top of this pile until I can say it with 100% accuracy. Until I can say it totally right with no hesitation. Okay, then I can take it off the top of the pile. So, haven't gotten it yet, stays on top, I'm gonna try again. A verb is an action or a state of being. All right, no hesitation, totally right. It gets to go 1 card deep in the pile. So I'll take the card underneath, put verb underneath. Verb is now the second card in this pile. And the next card up is gerund. A gerund, what's a gerund? Gerund, how do I? Anyway, it's gerund. Not sure, so I'll check. I'm gonna look at the other side of the card. Gerund equals verb plus ing. Gerunds are not verbs. They function as either adjectives or nouns. Not sure if you can see that, but that's what it says. Okay, and let me take a moment and read the navy text below that black text, which I'll memorize just to help deepen my understanding. Noun gerund, jumping feels good. Adjective gerund, the jumping dog seems happy. Oh, okay, jumping is describing dog, so it's an adjective. That's why a gerund could be either a noun or an adjective. Okay, I get it. So, I haven't gotten 100% yet. It stays on top of the pile. I'm gonna try again. A gerund. What's a gerund? Like a noun or an adjective? All right. Notice I have my voice goes up. I'm not totally certain. Let me see if I even got the meaning right. Gerund equals verb plus ing. Gerunds are not verbs. They function as either nouns or adjectives. Okay, so I got some of it, but I did not totally get the meaning, so it stays on top of the pile. Gerund equals verb plus ing, and gerund is not a verb. It's either, functions as either a noun or an adjective. Okay, I got it. Because I got it right, now it gets to go one card deep into this pile. I'm gonna put it right beneath the top card, which, hey, is a verb. Verb, action or state of being. Cool, totally nailed it. I'm gonna reread the Navy part just to make sure I know that stuff. And take a second, take a good 30 seconds with the Navy text underneath to really make sure you understand it. Putting in the time up front when you first do this will save you a lot of time later on in terms of remembering it, understanding it, and knowing how to use it on the section. So I got it, verb is action or state of being, I got it right away. Since it's already gone one deep, now it gets to go two deep. By the way, so I teach this method to students, but my super, crazy smart, hardworking students, I used to not teach it to them because I just assumed I could just tell them to memorize it. They know they'll go get it done. They're super capable students. And then I noticed they didn't totally have the rules 100% memorized. And so then I taught them the 4 deep method, and they came back. They're like, Jim, this method is magic. Like, why did you not teach that to me from the start? So now I teach it to everyone. I don't assume anyone is perfect memorizers. I didn't have this method when I was a student in high school. Use it. It's really effective. Students are like, wow, I know those so well now because of the 4 deep method. All right, next card up, back to gerund. Okay, gerund was one deep before. All right, gerund. Gerund is a verb plus ing, although it doesn't function as a verb, functions as a noun or adjective. But notice my hesitation right at the start. I'm gonna hold myself to a super high standard, 100% standard, which means no hesitation. So I keep it on top. I'll just read it real quick, make sure I got it right. Okay, everything I said was right. And let me just take 20 seconds with the Navy text at the bottom, make sure I know what that's all about. Noun, gerund versus adjective, gerund, yep, I got it, okay. Had a little hesitation right at the start in terms of getting the black text, correct? Black text is a text on the top of the card, which you want to have 100% memorized. The Navy text below, you just read for background understanding. So I'm going to do it again. Gerund, the verb plus ing. A gerund functions not as a verb, but as a noun or adjective. All right, no hesitation. However, I did not get it right the first time. Only if I get it right the first time does it get to go another card deeper, like just happened with verb. So gerund's gonna stay one deep because I didn't get it 100% the first time. I'm gonna put gerund one card deep. All right, next card up. It's not verb because verb is now 2 cards deep. Probably come up next. Next card up is noun. Okay, a noun is a person, place, or thing. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, no. It says there a person, place, thing, or idea. So I didn't get it totally right. Give me a second. I'm gonna read the Navy text below. Okay, so it's a sentence where all the nouns are underlined. We've got an idea, a thing, idea, a person, some examples of different types of nouns. Person, place, thing, or idea. All right, didn't get it right. I'm gonna put it back on top. Let's see if I can get it 100%. Noun, person, place, thing, or idea. Okay, got it, no hesitation. Great, so it's gonna go 1 card deep. Gerund is back. All right, gerund is a verb plus ing. Gerund functions not as a verb, but as a noun or an adjective. Ooh, boom, no hesitation, great. Now, gerund gets to go 2 cards deep. 2 cards deep. Next card up, noun, which just went 1 card deep. Noun, person, place, thing, or idea. Ooh, no hesitation. Gets to go 2 cards deep this time. Next up, the verb. Verb is an action or state of being. Now verb gets to go 3 cards deep. Next up, gerund. Gerund is a verb plus ing. A gerund functions not as a verb, but as a noun or an adjective. I'm gonna say that was 100%. It's gonna go 3 cards deep. Next up, noun. Person, place, thing, or idea. Ooh, got it right away. Gets to go 2 cards deep this time, I think. I think it was 1 card deep last time. Next up, a pronoun. Pronoun. Words like he, she, it, they, you, we, which replace a specific name noun, which is called the antecedent, and is used in sentences so they don't sound too repetitive. All right, let's see how I did. A word like he, she, it, they, we that replaces a named noun, the antecedent, so that sentences don't sound too repetitive. I think I got it. I'm going to take a second and read this navy text at the bottom now. Okay. Now, I know these cards pretty well. Your first time through them, you might want to take even more time reading that navy text and slowly processing it, thinking about it, questioning it to make sure you understand it. So pronoun, I got it right away. So 1 deep. Verb. Verb is an action or state of being. I think verb is up to 4 deep now. Boom, right at the bottom of our 5-card pile. Pronoun. Words like he, she, it, they, we that replace the name noun, the antecedent, so that sentences don't sound too repetitive. All right, nailed it. No hesitation. 2 deep now. 2 cards deep in the pile. Noun, person, place, thing, or idea. I think noun was up to 2 deep last time, so I'm going to put it 3 deep. I think that's where it is. Gerund, verb plus ing. Gerunds function not as verbs in a sentence, but as nouns or adjectives. No hesitation. I think it's up to 4 deep now, gerunds. It might be only 3 deep, just in case. Maybe I messed it up at the beginning, so it's not on the same. I'm going to put 3 deep, just in case. When in doubt, hold yourself to a higher standard. All it means I'm going to flip the card more times and get more practice and be even better at the test. That's what we're here for. Thing is, in your studying in the past, you probably have not been holding yourself to a true 100% standard. And you pay the price. You get a little shaky on the question on the test. You're just a little less confident, less secure, and ultimately less pride at the end of the day in your accomplishment and the degree of mastery that you've achieved. The degree of mastery that you achieve is exactly how much pride you will have in the work you're doing. You will always, I guarantee, if you think back to your favorite class in the past, it's ones, okay, yes, where you love the teacher, and second of all, where they got you to put in, or you got you to put in your best work and you're most proud of what you did because you achieved the most mastery. Those are the classes you feel the best about. And we want to feel our best about our classes. Why not? Next up, pronoun. Words like he, she, it, they, which replace the name, noun, the antecedent, and are put into sentences so they sound less repetitive. You notice my words are not the exact same every time. It's just about, did I accurately and completely describe the idea on the back of the card? So I think pronouns up to 3 deep. Card number 5, adjective. Adjectives describe nouns. Got it right? Let me read the navy text below. Okay. Got it. 1 deep. Noun, person, place, thing, or idea. I think that's 4 deep by now. Adjectives describe nouns. Okay. 2 deep. Gerund is verb plus ing. Gerunds function not as verbs in a sentence, but by the way, you don't have to talk this fast. I made the cards. I've done this a lot. You don't have to be this fast. But gerunds function as nouns or adjectives. All right, that's up to 4 deep now. Pronoun, words like he, she, it, they, we, which replace the name, noun, the antecedent, and are put into sentences so they don't sound so repetitive. I think pronoun is up to, we're going to say 3 deep. Adjective describes nouns. Okay, that's 3 deep. Verb, action or state of being. That's it. 4 cards deep. And you go through this little pile until all the cards have made it to 4 deep. And that's how you do the 4 deep method. Now, you only ever have to do the 4 deep method right at the start with the flashcards. And what usually works the best with students is to just do 5 cards per day at the beginning, and taking each set of 5 cards, take 5 cards each day to 4 deep, or you can say them all at 100%. And then thereafter, you only have to use the 2 pile method, which I'm going to show you in a second. Here's the thing. One last thing on the 100% standard. When you have learned a rule to the 100% standard, you know it so fast and so instinctively on the test. When you're not fumbling to try to remember the rule, you can see it in the question and use it in the questions way more effectively. That's why it's so important. Okay, next up, I'm going to show you how the 2 pile method works. But for now, my recommendation, you know, your situation might be different, but I would say once you get these flashcards in the mail, start learning 5 cards with the 4D method, 5 cards every day. And in 2 or 3 weeks, you will have all the rules completely memorized, and you are gonna shock yourself with how well you're doing on the SAT or ACT grammar sections. Good luck. Oh, send us an email if you do this and it works really well for you. We will love, and if you have ideas for how to make it better, email us at info@growthwise.us. Thanks, guys.